In this video I'm going to be photographing a waterfall next to the amazingly named village of Badger in Shropshire. However, this video is not without its technical difficulties, and after forgetting a battery for my vlogging camera I had to rely on my mobile phone, and especially the onboard mobile phone microphone, which isn't the best next to a waterfall, but hopefully this video is still watchable. Oh no! Oh, no! So going straight into this, and I've got my first composition set up here. What attracted me to this scene are three main elements really. First off, the greenery on the side here. We've got the rock down here, then of course we've got the water flowing down here, and we can see that in what I've got set up on the back of the camera here. Let me just go into the menu and I'll show you my settings for this one. I'm shooting in Velvia, the film simulation. Got my white balance on auto, colour is -1, sharpness 0, highlight tone -2, that's to bring up the detail in the water, and shadow tone -2, just to bring up the shadows. It's a little bit contrasty here. On the front of the camera I've got a circular polarizer, which has also got a ND3 filter built in, and I'm looking at a second here at an aperture of 5.6. I often find it really difficult to get a keeper image from this particular location, so what I've decided to do today is basically set up at the top of the fall and just slowly work my way down, picking up compositions as I go, and hopefully I'll get at least one keeper from this brief visit today. So that first one in the bag. I'm going to work downstream a little bit now, and my attention has come to this section here. I'm really liking the log down here. It's looking very dark though. I'm a bit worried I'm not going to have to pull the texture I'd want out of this log here, but I'm also liking the flow of the water at the back here, the way it's spraying out from the top of the rock. But first thought, I'm thinking maybe a quarter of a second here just to capture that motion of the water in flight. So on that last shot I just took, I noticed there was a very sort of bluish glow to the water on the waterfall, and that's not an effect I like. I normally remove that in post-production, but as I'm trying to get everything right in camera, what I'm doing, I'm just adjusting my white balance to correct for this. Normally I'd be on auto white balance with this dot in the middle, so what I'm just going to do, I'm going to bring that down so I've got the value of B-2, which is taking off the blues by 2 points, and hopefully that'll correct that issue. I've recently started a new waterfall photography project, and I won't bore you with the details, but one of the rules I set myself for each location is to try and find at least 3 compositions on location. I'm really struggling at the moment to find a third. I think my third and final shot for this vlog is going to be a little bit weaker than the ones I've taken further upstream, but I think there is an image to be had here regardless. So this is what I've got set up here, and I really don't know if this is going to work or not. We've got the greenery here on the left hand side of the frame. We've got the bottom of the fall as it trickles down here, and you might be able to see a few bubbles in the water. This is what caught my attention, as I was hoping under a long exposure I could get some nice swirl action down here. I'm really liking the shape that I'm seeing coming around here, then going back up here. But I've just noticed I'm running an exposure for a few minutes. It's just really blurring out and looking grey and horrible. But by reducing my shutter speed to a second here, I'm going to an aperture of 5.6 with a 3-stop and a polarizer, I'm just about getting enough movement in the water without it blurring out entirely. But again, I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be a strong image or not. But regardless of the result, I've got my third and final composition from this location. It's time to move on to another waterfall. As always, thank you very kindly for watching. Please do consider subscribing if you're not already, and come and find me over on the new relaunched UTOGS group on Facebook.